It's Fentanyl Awareness Day, bringing attention to one of the leading causes of death for Americans. In 2021, there were almost 6,000 deaths related to fentanyl here in California.
All right, from 2016 to 2021, the number of accidental fentanyl deaths in San Diego increased countywide by more than 2,000%. Joining us now to talk more about fentanyl awareness, Dr. Shelby Espiritu from Sharp Mesa Vista. Thanks so much for coming in to talk to us about this.
Absolutely.
We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
the insight.
me.
Yes. So let's first just talk about, for those who kind of don't understand the whole breadth of this whole thing, what is fentanyl? Are there different kinds of fentanyl? What's on the streets versus what's used in a doctor's office or a ER?
Yeah, so fentanyl is an opiate. It's an opiate that we like to use medically because it is very strong and it has the fewest side effects. And so that's why we like to use it. We're using it in ERs, in ORs. We're using it IV oftentimes, but sometimes through pills. You can also be given a prescription of it that comes in a variety of different forms. So that's what's being used medically.
And it's highly regulated.
Highly regulated.
Very careful as to
Yes.
what's in there.
Yes, highly regulated, and the doctors and the prescribing physicians are really looking at what other medications are you on, what size are you, what else are you dealing with when they are giving those prescriptions.
So what's on the streets? What's the difference that we're talking about here?
So what's on the streets is sometimes those prescriptions that are being sold to make money and you then abusing them and using them and mixing them, but also what's being manufactured on the streets, which is really the dangerous part of it because we don't know exactly, it's not regulated. They don't know how much is in each specific dosage. And that's where we're seeing a lot of
That's where we
concern.
say even a tiny amount could kill you.
Absolutely, a very small amount.
So why is it so dangerous? I know we had a little bit of this conversation prior to coming to you early now, but why is it so dangerous for people? Why are we seeing so many deaths?
So because of how strong it is the strongest opiate that we have out there. It also has minimal side effects again, which is why we're using it. But the trouble is that you only need such a small amount. And so people are using it based on what's manufactured on the streets. They don't know how much is in there. They're also buying something that they think is Xanax, but it actually has fentanyl in it. And so they don't know what they're buying, and then that's where we're seeing overdoses.
So the goal with a drug dealer, for example, is to put this in there, it gets people more addicted, and then they come back for more. That's in theory what they've got going on. Tell us about the reversal, the Narcan that is now available and being more and more readily available. How does that work? How does fentanyl affect the body? How does Narcan reverse it?
Yeah, so fentanyl is going to give relaxation. It's going to give euphoria, right? That's why people are using it. It's also going to give drowsiness, nausea, confusion, dizziness. When somebody takes too much, essentially what happens is it acts on the opioid receptors within the brain. When we use Narcan or naloxone comes in two forms. There's a nasal spray and there's an injectable. Most common, we're seeing the nasal spray. That's what EMTs carry. That's what most of us are utilizing. And what it does is it impacts the binding of the opioids to the opioid receptor and can essentially save somebody's life. It will create a disconnection between that bond and when somebody has a fentanyl overdose, they're no longer breathing, essentially. And so that's gonna bring them back to life, and it quite literally can save somebody.
What are the telltale signs, the symptoms of somebody who's suffering from an overdose?
So what you're gonna see with an overdose, you're gonna see pinpoint pupils, you're gonna see confusion, you're gonna see dizziness, and you're gonna ultimately see respiratory failure.
Oh, wow.
So when somebody uses Narcan or naloxone and it reverses the effects, essentially, are they good to go, or is there more that needs to be done thereafter?
They need to be going to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's not just, so that gives us the instant, we can kind of take the opiate off of the receptor and we can get them breathing again, but we need more medical intervention. So they need to be going to the ER.
Let's talk about parents, what they should be on the lookout for, because a lot of kids, like you said, they might get something they think is Xanax, something I need to help me study or go to sleep, whatever the case may be, not realizing what's in it.
Yes.
They take one wrong pill and they die. What should parents be on the lookout for?
I think education is huge. Talking to our kids and making sure they know about the different, what's out there, because they might not know. And so making sure they know, giving them education. Sometimes as parents, we're fearful. We don't want to tell them too much. And really, they know, they're hearing it, they're looking it up on the internet. That education is going to be really important. Also, as a parent, looking, are there changes in your child? Is there an increase in secretive behavior? Is their allowance or their birthday money all of a sudden disappearing and you don't know what they're spending it on? Those are signs that you want to start to ask more questions and get more involved with them.
You got to just talk to them and make sure you keep telling them about what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Shelby Espiritu, we appreciate your time here today. If you'd like to learn more about the dangers of fentanyl and the impact that the drug has had here in San Diego, head to our website, fox5sandiego.com. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.